Hi there, and welcome to this week's Pick-a-Card Tarot reading for 23 through 29 August 2020. What choice should I make? So this will help you if you've been struggling with a choice of any type. It could be an A or a B, a yay or an A, a stay or a go, or maybe whatever your choice is, plug it in at how it fits for you. We'll get a little bit more details as we go through the reading. So, okay. I am Seqkat, by the way, from Seqkat'sEnlightenment.com, and I'm glad and thankful to have you here with me. So go ahead now and take a moment to look at the totems and choose which one you feel an affinity towards or one that you feel like is pulling you. And when you figure out which one that is, you can find a timestamp that goes right beside that totem in the description box below. And you can click on that timestamp and it will take you directly to your totem. And if you need a little bit more time than I'm affording you here to choose your totem, feel free to pause the video. Okay, I will see you at your totem. Okay, welcome if you chose the Raven totem. So let's see what your theme card is for your pick-a-card for 23 through 29 August 2020 for What Choice Should I Make? And you got Challenge Your Perception, and it's reversed. Okay, so when I see that one, it makes me think, okay, I'm seeing something from a perhaps an skewed point of view. My higher self is seeing something better for my situation than my ego perhaps is. We will see what cards have to say. Okay, so we got one there. We'll see if we can get a few more cards, and then I'll start reading them. And there we go. Neatly. All right. Oh, we got a few cards here. Okay, what choice did you make? So you are actually really putting this into consideration. You've had something kind of unexpected happen, and you are having to decide what to do. And sometimes this card can actually refer to should stay or go. So yeah, you are really bottled down. So hopefully this will give you some assistance. All right, so it looks like we tried or are trying a new journey, but it's not leading to some success here. So perhaps because it's based on what you've got to do with this decision. I think that's playing a role there. You are also being invited, and keep in mind I have this tuned to many of you. So you will each have your particular story, and we'll see a little bit more why with this card. So you each have your relative stories to figure out and see how it fits your particular story. So here with the Strength card, you're being invited to have courage and strength and to trust. And the universe has your back with this. This also represents Leo. So it could just be tossed in there for some of you just to say, hey Leo, which could be you, or with whomever you're engaged in the situation as the cards unfold. So take note of that. And it could be relative to having strength as well as Leo. So say you'll have to see how that fits you. And it looks like we're like having some abundance issues. And sometimes it can refer directly to finances or abundance or whatever. And we're staying focused on the idea of this lack. And when we stay focused on this idea of lack, then we kind of perpetuate it. So that is something when I see this card, it's like an invitation to get your focus off what is in your face. And I know it's hard, believe me, I comprehend and understand that. And that's when you want to kick in that law of attraction, put it into action. What is it that you want and you desire? And you start writing it down, that you have exactly what you desire and you have it now, and how you're responding and feeling and taking a moment and meditating and focusing on what that feels like to have your desire and the wonderful feelings that that propels and brings out of you. And keep doing that daily. Spend some time with that to change this around, to change the situations that are unfolding as we stay focused on that. And then it looks like we've been having some personality clash with someone or some people. So you're not able to attain a common goal with that going on. Like if this is reversed, you like got these three different cats here trying to corral this beetle. You have three different personalities that offer different traits, and abilities that work in harmony to attain a common goal. Here, the personalities, when it's reversed like this, are clashing. They're making you feel out of alignment, and you're not being able to come to agreement. So I don't know if you're being invited to change your perception, that maybe what the different personalities are offering you, maybe you need to take in some thought and consider that. Maybe it would be beneficial and helpful to you. That's one way that could work for you. Or it could be for some of you, because again, keep in mind, I have this tuned to many of you. It could be for some of you that they just are not aligned people, and you're going to continue to clash, and it's not working as you stay tethered to these people and whatever the situation is. And maybe staying tethered with them in that situation is not the best. Maybe you need to pull out of engagement with these people. So you're going to see how that tunes into you and fits your particular story. Okay, so that is your theme card. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at your first row, and your first row is going to reflect your past, and which is going to show how that past is affecting the next row, which is going to reflect your current situation. And then your final row will be, what choice should you make that is in your highest good and alignment. Okay, so let's see what we got going on in the past. Ooh, okay, let's see that. That might be your row there. Oh, talk about jumping cards. They literally jumped. Oh gosh, guys, y'all have been going through it. I'm so sorry. Oh, they were eager to jump for you. Yeah, there's your whole row. I can't say, I think that's a first, the entire row in one go. Okay, guys. All right, so that clashing of personalities is showing here too. Perhaps that clashing of personality is being with a romance partner, with the Lovers card showing up in reverse. And if this is true, I'm really sorry, guys. This could reflect a work partner to show partner, but being the Lovers card, I have a tendency to think this is more so a Lovers. Maybe if this was money and career reading, but more for lovers. So that might be where your clashing is going, and this may be having a role on some of the decision you're making. That clashing is showing up too, that we have been doing some fighting. This is your past, fighting and being done with that and trying to walk away. So I don't know if you have walked away from the fighting itself, or maybe the lover itself with the situation, or the fighting, you're done with it and you're thinking about it now. It could be having an effect on your mail, because you are definitely keeping that decision open there. Now, this is about your aligned vibe tribe. Now, we got personalities clashing here. This is showing up. So I don't know if you found someone that you're aligned with, or you have some people that can assist you, or did, since this is your past, that is in alignment with you here. So I'm not sure exactly how that fits. You're going to see how that fits. Maybe they once were aligned with you, but no longer are, because sometimes you're at a certain vibration when you meet with a certain person, and then sometimes you grow and expand and they don't. They stay. So kind of what happens is you like out-level them, and they'll kind of hold you back if they don't move forward and you stay with them, but you continue to move forward and they don't. So sometimes we outgrow them being in alignment, but they once were. And then, yeah, okay, so we're losing some passionate, or some views or passionate desires. So maybe our passion for the relationship itself is diminishing because things are not working out, or whatever journey that we were going on that was not successful. Maybe we're losing passion for that. Or maybe we're just losing passion in general because there's a lot of pain that we're going through as we're dealing with some financial or lack of abundance issues, clashing of personalities, and the fighting and disagreement with the lover. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is a no-go. This is not being successful, and we're not building air. Legacy here, you got the Earth cards really showing here, and this is starting to tell me here, and then your abundance with the Earth card. This is the Earth card too. You are in the Earth, so you very well may be an Earth sign or engaged with the Earth situation. But this is telling me too, because you also got the King of Earth here falling off his throne, and your legacy not working out. This tells me your ego went on a journey that it was not supposed to go on, and thought it was going to work for them, but it didn't. Your higher self knows better, and you just were not set up to be successful. This was not the legacy that you hoped it would be, and that's why things are not working out and you've fallen off the throne. So I think this is something, guys, I see like a relationship with lovers here that is not working out. It was not meant to work out. It was not meant for you to be with them. It was more of an egoic thing for some of you. So that's what I'm seeing there. So tune in and see how that fits for you. Okay, so that was your past tense. So now let's see what you got going on in your present tense. Now, it is also possible, as I say that, especially with it being Earth, the Pentacles, this could be work or business related. So maybe it's a job thing. You've lost your passion for in the job. Maybe you're in conflict with the job. And maybe that you thought you could build your legacy in that job and you're not, and you've fallen off the throne, and that was not a success for you. Maybe that job is not working out. Perhaps you've lost the job, and this is playing a role in the lack of abundance. Maybe you took the job for job's sake, and it's clashing in personalities. So this could also be job related. So you're going to have to see how this fits you. And like I said, then that Lovers card could become showing a business partner. So that could play a role. So you're going to see how this card applies to you. Okay, there we go. Boy, those cards are eager to talk to y'all. Okay. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. This is not looking good. Let's see if we can get one more, and then I will read the cards for you. And take heart. Not that many. Really? No. Okay, that's a lot. I'm going to take the top three. They know me. Okay. Oh, goodness, guys. But don't let this think it's gloom. You're here to see the current energies, so you know how to change them. Okay. Okay, I see that y'all have hit defeat here. So yeah, things that did not work out. So whatever storyline you're on, whether this be work or job related, or a partnership or business, or a business partnership, or a lover's relationship. You've hit the bottom here, guys, and I'm really sorry to see that, and I'm sorry for the pain that you're going through with that. Good news is you've hit the end, and now you've hit rock bottom, now you can go up. So you're starting a new journey, one that comes from the heart's desires, and that's good, and that's what you really want to put some focus on. And that's going to come in here too with the card, a couple of cards down. You're being called to a spiritual calling here. All right, now there's some type of charity going on that is not symbiotic. Either one or two things could be happening. One that's providing charity may have an ulterior motive for you, or resenting it. That's a new one. That's a new one coming in for me. It's not one I usually indicate with that. So intuition's coming in. They could be resenting it. Or another one could be someone's abusing the charity. So it's not symbiotic. It's not going well there. You are being invited to have courage and faith that the universe will guide you. They do have you, but you're really focused again on the negative circumstances. And we saw that here as well with the lack of abundance. So we've got to get, again, what's in your face. What you're going through or have been through too is very painful. And it is hard when that big fat story's in your face like that. The thing to keep in mind is what is in your present moment came from past thoughts. So you can change your future by changing your current thoughts. So you really want to put that law of attraction back in action. Write down what you want. You are on a spiritual calling, and you are actually on it because it is upright. So this decision that you're making, I think it does refer to either maybe should I break up if you are on the love story, or should I quit this job or career move that I made if you're on that story. And maybe if you have your own story that I have yet to pick up based on these cards, you can look at that as well. So that's playing a role, but this newness, walking away from what's not working, is honoring a spiritual call. A lot of times when you do honor a spiritual call, it's leaving a lot behind because you have outgrown and you have out-leveled the old, and it is time for you to move on to the new. We do have the Sky King here. Now he is good at solving challenges. So you are going through a challenging time, but they are assuring you that you can solve them. And that will become through letting go of some of the emotional attachments that may perhaps be involved here, and letting go especially of these focuses on the current story. Got to get that off. and you are feeling like that there's a failure, boy, you've got cards are really indicating your focus. And that you are missing out on opportunities that are becoming for you to move forward and step up and get better opportunities, because again, your focus is on the failure. So you're the lack of abundance somewhere, you're focused on that. You're focused on the emotional traumas that you're going through. You're focused on that. You're focused on this pain here. You're focused on the failures that you feel with what happened in the situation, and you're missing out on opportunities. We've got to change that focus, guys. And same thing. This card's indicating it too. They're really screaming, you've got to change your focus. This is the wish card, and we love to see this one upright. That means all your wishes will come true. Here, you've got it turned downwards, and that's because, again, your focus is on the negative. Your focus is on what is in your face right now. And to change this, all you have to do is change your focus. Write down everything that you want, guys. I really recommend Secret the Magic. She is great with Rhonda Byrne. She is great with that. She gives you daily exercises that can just turn your life around. I highly recommend that one to really help you with that. Now, we do have, you're on that spiritual calling, a true offer of love. This one really fits the romance story, guys. So you have a true offer of love coming in here. So that's good. That's positive. And this is about heart's emotions and decisions. A new journey. And it's the ace, but it's successful and it's of the heart too. So that's looking there. That really does fit the love story one there, guys. All right. Oh, and also the death card represents Scorpio. So tune in whether or not that fits you. And I don't know if I refer back to this one being Gemini, and if I failed to, I apologize. So tune in whether or not that applies to you or with whomever you're engaged in the situation with these horoscope cards. Okay, so that is your present tense. Now let's look what you got going on what's your best choice to make that is in your highest alignment and highest good. And you really are working on that one right here, guys. It's in your theme card. You're definitely here for that. So keep in mind, the things that look rough and bad, you were here. The tarot cards are all about reading the past energies, reading the current energies, so that you know what changes to make for you. And the big message you're getting for your changes is, okay, bad stuff happened in the past. Yes, honor those pains, validate those pains that they happened. Love yourself, but don't stay focused on, don't fall for the egoic story. Oh my God, it will continue forevermore. Ego loves that forever and ever complex. You can't buy it. Do not buy it. Okay. Oh yeah, man, I tell you what, they have spilled out all your cards at one go each time. That's crazy. All right, so you have, what choice should I make? The universe is supporting you, and it's coming in right behind this true love offer. Universe is supporting you guys. So you do have this universal support. You may be feeling out of sorts, like you're not yourself right now because you are undergoing a lot of change with the Earth Mother here in reverse, and that's very understandable. That's okay. It's because you're going through change. You aren't feeling yourself because there was an old self. And from what I'm getting in this reading, you are coming into a new you, and you're having to let go and shed a lot of old and the old environment that matched the old you, because the new you will not fit or thrive in that old environment. So this is what the universe is supporting, letting go of that old you. It is really supporting you on that one. You also have the Star card. So they're telling you, be who you are. So choose that which is in alignment with you. That which gets that heart going and gives it joy and passion, and you're excited about it, and it feels like pure joy. It doesn't come from a place of fear because of lack. It's just pure joy. That joy is already there to move in that direction because it's just alignment with who you are. I like the example of cats and dogs. You know, you tell a cat person that loves cats that they're getting a kitten in 3 weeks, they're like, oh yeah, man, I'm excited. They already have their joy. It's not about whether or not they get the kitten. They already have joy to have a kitten. It's already in their heart. Versus a dog lover, they'd be joyful if you told them they're getting a puppy in 3 weeks. But you swap those and tell the dog lover that you're getting a kitten, they'd be like, what? You know? Or the cat lover, you're getting a dog, what? Well, maybe, but I'm not as excited about that. I'd rather have the kitten, you know, if you're the cat lover, or I'd rather have the puppy. So be who you are. You have your affinities, and you know what they are. Be who you are and follow that. What you want to do you have been experiencing this already, and this is some of your like fears coming into your relative reality. And this is what we're changing now. We're changing these fears, and we're going to get them out of your relative reality with embracing this new person and being who you truly are. You haven't been fully who you are. You've been growing and learning and figuring that out from what I'm getting from this reading. And they're inviting you now to really go within and tune in with your intuition, meditate, and connect with your higher self, angels and guides, to tune in and really get yourself calm to being who you are and knowing who you are fully, to know what steps to take. And this will really help you with this hard choice that you're making, with the elements that have arrived in your environment and your current situation. And this also represents Pisces, so I don't know if that relates to you in that way, whether you were Pisces or someone else. Okay, guys, so that is your basic reading, and I did that with the Mystical Get Tarot, and your theme card was done with the, I totally know this, the Messenger Oracle. And now I'm going to clarify with the Tarot Familiar. Just went for a blank there. Okay, and if you need a personal reading, I do offer those, and you can find those in the description box below. And if you are finding this reading helpful, I really appreciate a thumbs up, as it helps me circulate my videos out to others so they can help those as well. And if you're new to my channel, I'm glad to have you with me. Thank you. And if you'd love to subscribe, I'd love to have you. It would absolutely be beneficial to me, as I'm new and I'm budding forth, and I'm trying to get my 100 subscribers so I can get my personal YouTube URL. So if you want to help me back, that's a great way, but follow your heart. Do that which makes you happy. Okay, so what we're doing now is clarifying your theme card, which is challenge your perception. And you got the two, a fire in reverse, showing that like a surprise element has shown up in your life and you really have to make a decision. You also got the Ace of Pentacles. It looks like it's that and all the earth that we got in the past. What you were trying to build was not working, but there was an ego decision that was made. And then you got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, showing that some personalities were clashing. You went with someone that was not working. And then you got the Strength and Courage card coming out, the Strength card I call it, because it's about inviting you to have courage. And that also represents Leo. And then you got the Four of Earth showing over a bunch. Boy, there's a whole earth line there. So when it's in reverse like that, there's a lack of balance, but it's showing that you're really focused on your current situation, and you really got to change that focus to get things to get better. Okay, so now we also got the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, and this is really going back to this Lovers. This is those for you. Boy, you got all the Pentacles. The Ace, the 5, the 3, the 4, the King, the 10, and you even have the Mother too. This one is showing me we are feeling abandoned. And that could be from this lover and the situation that was not working out. That is one side of the story. Or it could be also referring to you need to abandon. It could be a situation. A situational card, it's a suggestion card to abandon the situation, because abandon the old, because you have outgrown the old and that environment is no longer fitting for you. So you're going to have to decide how that tunes into your particular relative story, as that is tuned to many of you. Okay, and then you've got the Five of Cups here. So yeah, we had this here and it's in reverse, showing you that you are missing opportunities right now because you're so focused on the failure. Opportunities are coming to you, but you've really got to focus on you've got to turn that focus around and believe. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you will fail forevermore. And so they're showing you that don't let that failure get to you. There are more fish in the sea. Keep going. Don't give up. So they're definitely affirming that there. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles here, and then everything, they're telling you, keep going, and then you will feel like yourself. You will be successful with your family, your business, with everything. More of that Earth card, so they're showing you that. So don't give up, keep trying. You're going in a new direction. You are becoming a new person. You've outgrown it all, we've seen that. And you got the Chariot here, so they're suggesting here with it coming in reverse like this, you really got to rein in that ego now. That ego that gets attached to the old, and you're going to have to let that stuff go. You have this here, you're going to let it go, because that you're not thriving in this old environment anymore, because it no longer fits you. So that's where you got to rein in the ego. and get that. And this also represents Cancer, so take note of those. This may be referring to you on that regard. And also you have the Empress card showing up. So this one here is like shows a loving mother type. So I don't know if this refers to your character or a character in your life that could help you and assist you. Or this could be an invite to give yourself some self-nurturing and love, being that you're going through the situation that you're currently going through. Okay, so that is your theme clarified. Now let's look at your past situation and clarify that. So you had the Lover's card show up reverse. That's indicating to me more than likely we've got something not working in a romance partner. Perhaps this is possibly a breakup, looking at all these cards that we're no longer aligned if we once were, because there's fighting going on, there's clashing. We see that fighting going on with the Six of Sky, following it right behind. You're done with that. You're all walked away from that, hopefully, or you just got done with it. You realized it. Also, that Lover's card represents Gemini. Could possibly mean a business if this does refer to a business. If the business is not working out, fighting and clashing with that business, maybe leaving that job. There was an alignment at one time, I think, with the Nine of Fire showing up. I don't think there is anymore, and you've lost your passion with the Queen of Fire there. So perhaps with this relationship, perhaps with the job or career, if it works out that way. And then you got the Ten of Earths in reverse, and then the King of Earth in reverse, showing, falling off the throne, a legacy not working out. That which we were trying to build was not working out. All right, so our clarification here, now we've got, the Seven of Pentacles was not meant to be. This was like you got all these Earth, the same thing. It was not meant to be. You were building something long term, and you're waiting for your harvest to come in, and it's not coming in because it was never meant to be. So this definitely tells me your ego was on that journey, and that's what that Ace of Earth in reverse was about in your theme card. So that journey is not meant to be. You've got to let that one go, guys. And then you are following your higher self now by changing and allowing yourself to outgrow this and making the move towards the new, because you got that spiritual calling and you are heeding that, and by doing so you are definitely heeding your higher self. Now they're kind of interesting the way they will clarify the past. They'll sometimes reaffirm your past situation, and they'll kick in and let you know something currently right now, like what you're doing is positive, or you should follow this. So this one tells me that you are following your higher self, so that's really good. And then you've got the Six of Pentacles showing up again, and you have that in your current situation. There's some charity here going on that's not symbiotic. So we picked up, this one usually means like somebody is providing you charity with an ulterior motive, or somebody's abusing receiving the charity. But I also got with this one, my intuition, somebody could be giving you charity, but they are resenting it, so they're not liking it. So that's not putting you in a very good position there. So that is your past clarified. Now let's clarify your present. Now your princess, you did hit the ultimate defeat here with the Ten of Sky. I'm really sorry for that, guys, and it hurts, it bites. But the good news is it's coming to an end. And following that, immediately coming to an end, is the Ace of Sea. A new beginning. It's bringing you to a beginning of your heart's desires, and you can be successful with that. And they're, telling you to go for that with it coming in upright like that. So that's great to see. Then you got that Six of Earth again in reverse. Again, we're talking about that charity that's not symbiotic. And then you've got the Grace card here, or best known as the Temperance, and that's in reverse here. And that's inviting you to have courage, have faith, the universe got you, but get your focus off of the negative situations going on, just like your abundance card with the Four of Earth. Gotta get that focus off of it, because you'll perpetuate that. Gotta put that law of attraction in action. And then the Eight of Seas showing that you are heeding a spiritual calling, this newness, this new person you become, which is truly your full self. You've been your old self. Maybe you caved in and it was something that other people wanted you to be, or you just had to learn who you were. You're letting that go, so you've got to get out of that environment that supported that person, because you're no longer that person. And you're navigating through those challenges with ease. So that's good with the King here, because he's good at solving his challenges, and you'll be successful with that. And then you've got the Death card here saying let go of that old environment. Again, like I was saying, this will work for you. And benefit you. And this also represents Scorpio. And also coming next to that, let go of that failure and missing opportunities, because we're thinking we failed once, we'll always fail, because you've got opportunities coming to you, but you're missing them out. And then your Wish card is showing again, because it's in reverse, that you're perpetuating things not working for you because you're staying focused on the past, what did not work out. So let that go. You definitely need to let that go. Things can work out for you. Just put that law of attraction in action. What do you want? And you do have a true offer of love. And now the clarification that you're getting is the Queen of Fire coming in right behind that true offer of love, reigniting those passions. So I don't know if this is a new true offer of love of the career, but I think more so we've got more of you on that relationship situation, true offer of love, which is going to reignite your passion. So this tells me you're in alignment with this one. So that's really good. And then you got the Eight of Pentacles here. So yeah, so either like you are like a master at something here and you can teach others, or you are apprenticing under somebody or learning something new. So if this is career based, that could be playing a role there. So that one is showing up for that one. Or you could be learning something new about you being who you are. You becoming a master at being you. You could definitely refer to you in that way in this particular situation. And then you got the Queen of Cups here. So yeah, you were listening to that spiritual calling, and she's the most psychic of the bunch. So you're heeding your intuition with that. That is really good. Love seeing that. And then she's a good, loving, mother, nurturing person, as well as the Emperor. So I don't know if there's a mother figure here that is assisting you, helping you, or is you. So take note of that, this loving mother figure that's coming up twice. And then the Knave of Cups. Yes, that's also the same as like the Ace of Sea here. It's starting that new journey, and it's of your heart's desires, and that's showing up right, and that's positive. So yes, you're definitely becoming a new person. And then you got the Knave of Wands, same thing, a new journey, one that you are prepared for. You might feel a little timid and scared you're going to get burnt because of those past failures, but you really are ready for this, and you're prepared for this because you become this new person. So you are ready for this, and that's why it's time to get out of that old environment and embrace the new. Okay, so that is your clarification on your present situation. Now let's look at what's your best choice to make. So the universe is supporting you and letting you know that they are, yes, making this new move is beneficial for you, whether if you're in that love story or maybe that career story. Moving into the new is working for you, and letting go of that old, because that old is no longer working for you. And you got the Earth Queen, and you might be feeling out of sorts because you're not feeling like who you are, because you're not who you were. You are really coming into who you really are with the Star card following that. So it's going to feel a little funny at first because you're not used to it. That's where you want to become familiar with it. And so that's where meditation would really come in and assist you with that. Okay, and then you've got the Nine of Sky showing up in reverse, showing you that the things that you feared and you didn't want to experience would show up in your relative reality with your past. But that's the stuff that you're also letting go of and going into a better direction. And you're heeding your intuition about that because you're heeding that spiritual calling with the Moon card showing up here, and that is great and wonderful to see. And that also represents Pisces. And we're being a little bit quiet on this particular one. So let's see what we get. So I know you're looking at a lot of pain here, guys, but don't let this bite you and bring you down. You are here for a reason, to show you where you're headed, which is in a much better place, and it can get better for you. And take this, they're reading current energies, they're reading past energies, and they're showing you where to go. Yeah. Okay, so we got the Strength card here in reverse again. So it's hard for you right now to have courage and strength, but they really are encouraging you to do so. And again, this represents Leo, because the universe does have your back. And then you got the King of Cups here too. And this tells me that somebody may have been enabling you and assisting you. And they could have been keeping you strong financially or in a position assisting you and helping you in some formal way, and they're not going to be in that role anymore, but they're going to stay your friend. But them stepping out of that role is you step into fulfilling that role for yourself. So that means you're going to be coming into your power, and that's a part of this new you. Wherever you were powerless, you are now going to be powerful, and so that's really good. And so I will do one more shuffle here, just a couple, and see if you're going to get any more for your clarification on this one. Okay, we did get one more. Well, that Lover's card is in reverse, guys. So what choice should you make? I think if you're contemplating whether or not this relationship's working for you, and if you're in that love story here, if that's your particular story, I think this is telling you, yeah, it might be time to walk away from this one. Or if you're in that business career one story, again, yeah, you might want to step away from where you've been and move into the new, because your old environment is not supporting your new environment of you being who you truly are. So that is definitely clarifying that one on that one. Okay, so let's wrap this up now with an oracle card. And this is from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. I really like this deck. Just get you one more card for an overall manifestation. Okay, we got 2 here. Okay, awesome. Got the Sun card. Enjoy success and happiness. Ha ha, perfect, beautiful. You coming into who you fully are and coming into your new environment that will support you in that, and healing your spiritual call, because that's what your spiritual call is going to bring you out into the awesomeness. Awesome. Like the Sun card and the Tarot is the card you can't beat. Everything is working out in your highest good alignment. So you're going to enjoy your success and happiness, because that is what this is all about, guys. I love seeing that. Things might look dark in the tunnel right now, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. That is awesome. And then you got the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. This one kind of encourages you to be gentle. You don't need to be harsh, resentful, fighting, fiery. You're obviously involved with a person here, or people, if you were especially in a career, and it's not working and it hasn't been working, and then that is because you have grown. You have changed. It may have worked at initial time, but it is no longer, because you've outgrown that environment completely. This is all about you. I know the ego loves to blame. Oh my God, I'm so miserable because they did X, Y, Z. This is really about they're just being themselves where they are in their level of consciousness, wherever they are. And you are being who you are, but you have raised. And you're not a match. You're just a mismatch. So this really has, in a way, nothing to do with them. This is all about you and your growth, and you having to move to what supports you and your growth. And that's what it's all about. So just be gentle and graceful in your actions as you move to this newness and let go of this oldness. And sit down in meditation, any blame and resentment that you may feel towards them, and do your best to let that go and understand that they are where they are, and that's okay. You've been where you've been, and that was okay. And now you are in a new place, and one day they may be in a new place, and that will be great when they get there. So we all get into our places at our own perfect timing. And for some of us it takes longer, and they may never leave that place, and that's okay. We have to be who we are. You are being who you are now, and that's what's important. And you will enjoy success and happiness in so being. Okay, so that wraps up your reading. So again, if you want to give me a thumbs up, that helps me circulate my videos. So I really appreciate it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, I really appreciate that too. That helps me. I'm going for that 100 subscribers so I can get my URL. I love your help on that. But follow your heart. And if you want to hit the bell notifications, that way you'll know when my videos go out on the first of the week for the tarot readings. And in the middle of the week, I do the Seqkat'sTarot musings where I teach you how to get new joy and live in joy, because that's what we all came here to do. And the first week of the month, I do the chakra clearings where I clear all your chakras, ground you to Mother Earth, and come back and open your heart chakra, which puts you back into your power. And I think that one, guys, would be very beneficial for you. So I'll make sure I put a card up here for you on that one. That would be really helpful for you to heal through the situation and move more into your own power of being you. Until next time, guys, much love and much light. Okay, welcome. If you chose the cat totem for this week's pick a card reading from 23 to 29 August 2020, what choice should I make? And your theme card is do not fear the unknown. So it looks like whatever choice you are looking at making will lead you perhaps into unknown territory. And you're being reassured to not fear that. That kind of reminds me of the times we're prompted to get out of our comfort zone. Easier said than done, I know. But every time I've gotten out of my comfort zone, that led me to good places. Just keep in mind, the ego gets really attached to that which is familiar, and that's where it feels safe. But the new thing that you do will eventually become familiar, and you'll feel safe again. Okay, let's see what the cards have got to say. Okay, here we go. You're ready. We've got a few. Okay, so the first thing they're inviting you to do is to have some courage, have some faith and trust. Got to trust here. And keep this in mind, I have this tuned to many of you in your different relative realities. So this also represents Leo. So this could be just tossed in there to say, hey Leo, whether that be you or with whomever you're engaged in a situation with your cards as they reveal. Okay, so we're having that. So I don't know if this new situation is, or the choice that you're looking at, and that unknown is looking a little scary, and it's really scaring you, and it's hard for you to have trust and faith, but you're being definitely invited to do that. Looks like you are on a new journey. One of the heart's desires, and that's always good to follow. Always good to go that. The good news is, guys, okay, so here we go. So we got this new journey, but you might have to work through a little bit of grief here with something. And it could simply be letting go of that old as we embrace the new. We get a little attached, the ego gets attached, so we might have to let that go, so we might have to work through that. But this is going to be a positive journey for you here. And it is going to lead to a happily ever after. So you definitely want to stick with this one, guys. You definitely want to do that. And you want to forego an egoic jump. You know, when this is upright, this means you're going for something that's ideal for you. I don't know if you're feeling tempted to do an ego jump. Maybe it is to stay where you are and stay placent and not progress because of that fear of the unknown. And you don't want to do that, guys. You want to follow that heart because it's going to lead you to your happily ever after. Okay, so that is your theme card. Now, what we're going to do, your first row, we're going to look at your past that is affecting the next row, which is your current present. And then your final row will be what choice should you make that is in your highest good and alignment. Okay, already got one card, but we'll go ahead and get all the cards up. There we go, got a few there. And then I will start reading them for you. Okay, very good. Boy, cards are popping up quick tonight. That's awesome. Okay, so looks like we have to have a little bit of communication with somebody, or maybe one or two things, relative stories, tune into yours. It could be that you need to have a little communication with somebody, something might be a little uncomfortable. Or it could be maybe you're testing your skills with someone. Maybe it could be like sparring, like if you're in karate or something like that. You're working together and doing the sparring to test your skills. If you're video gaming, like player versus player, you're honing your skills into. So it could be that. Just tune into you could be honing skills with friendly competition. It could be a little bit of that. And here we've got the priest card, or better known as the Hierophant. And he's upright. Now this one can go one of two ways. This could be a positive card, or it could be working negative for you. So this is your past, but just tune into your particular reality as it tunes in. As it works positive for you, you're working within structures that you are familiar, that work for you. So it could be paradigm structures and beliefs that are positively working for you. It could be in regards to spirituality, beliefs. It could even be religion. And in any category of life, it could be really anywhere. I like to see this one in particularly reverse, because that means you're busting out of restricting paradigms and beliefs and busting into spiritual freedoms. So if you're needing to do that, then it would not be working well. They could be saying you're like stuck in these beliefs with it being upright. So it depends on your particular story. This could be working for you or was working for you, since this was your past tense, and you were being invited to bust out of them, or either was working for you and not being busted out, but you, or it could be that you needed to bust out. Just turn this up perfectly up. Okay. And then, okay, we've experienced some kind of failure and we're missing opportunities. Looks like you had opportunities befell. Blah. I can't talk. We'll just stop the tape here. I kid. You had opportunities that did befall you, but you probably missed out on those opportunities because you got focused on a failure that you had in the past. Remember, fear of the unknown. A new place. And you didn't want to fail again. Ego hates to fail, and that's understandable. Don't let that get to you. Ego thinks once it's what it's done once, it always will. I failed in the past, I'll fail forevermore. It's called the forever and ever complex. And don't buy it. Do not buy that. And it looks like we might have got like, we fell into some apathy. Maybe you really numbed out, boredom, which is your story. But this is not a temporary state, guys. Y'all really fell into this. It's, numbing out is really could come out. Numbing out because of those failures. We didn't want to do that. You could even got maybe like a little bit of catatonic. Maybe it's some depersonalization because we had those failures. We're focused on those failures. And we're scared to get out of our comfort zone, so we're just kind of floating where we are and not really progressing. So we don't want to do that. They were assuring you that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I don't know, or maybe you did enjoy the fruits of your labors in your past. And something else. I don't see how right now that correlates with this. So we'll have to see how more cards unfold. We will be having the extended, or the clarified reading, I should say, not extended. The clarified reading, so hopefully that'll show up and clarify that a little bit more. Okay, so that is your past. So now let's look and see what you got going on in your present. Okay, so we got one card up. So we'll get up a few more and then I'll start reading them. Let's see if we can get one more. Okay, there's a little more coming. Okay, so we'll go from there. Alright, so it looks like our ego came into play here, and it was trying to force a square peg into a round hole, and that's not working, and that never does. So, and it could be trying to hold on to that which is familiar and comfortable, but it's not working for you, so they're letting you know, and that is leading to a lack of abundance in some sort of fashion. Most of the time we think about abundance as finances, so we could be hurting in money, or abundance in some other situation. Tune into your particular story. So that does show me that you perhaps were being invited to bust out of old beliefs that were not working for you. And in so doing all of this, because we are listening to ego, we are not following our higher self, and that's what is leading to some of these problems that are occurring in your particular present situation. And yeah, and that could be too that not listening and missing out on opportunities because, again, we were listening to the ego. Our ego is getting a little bit stuck and insisting on something to go this particular way, and that's not your way. And you got to let that go. You've got to go in a new direction. And we did see this show up in the theme card, guys. You have a new journey before you. You had one that's not working, or you can turn this around, but you got to work through some grief or something. But here you did not jump for something that was ideal for you. The ego came into play, so that did show up. But as you embrace a new journey that is right for you, that will lead to your happily ever after. But we're going to clear some mess up with that. And I think this is where this is coming in to clear these emotions. Now you do have the Sky King here, and that's good because he's really good at solving challenges. And you may be feeling a little bit of challenge in the situation that you're currently in right now. You may be feeling a little bit left out in the cold, maybe because it's this lack of finances playing a role, or having something to do with this ego trying to force something that's not working, and you need to let it go. That is showing up with the Death card here. Gotta let that go. And this also represents Scorpio, so this could be tuned into your particular story, doing a shout out, hey Scorpio, that be you or whomever you're engaged in the situation. You do have a Sea Queen here, which is invites you to listen to your intuition, and listening to intuition is going to reverse this up and heating your higher self, because your higher self knows how to get you down your thriving path. But your ego, with its fear of the unknown, wants to keep you in survival, and survival is not fun. All right, so that is your present tense situation going on. So let's see what you got going on for now. What's your best choice? What be in your highest and good in alignment to choose? What choice should you make? Okay, so the choice that you make is none, because no cards are jumping. I get it, they'll come up. There we go. Okay. That's two. Let's see if we need a few more, and then I'll read them. Good now. Okay, so the first one you got here is the Empress, and she's a very loving mother, nurturing type. She really instills self-empowerment with her children and provides for their needs, but she does instill them self-empowerment so they can get on their own path and do their own thing. So you may be being encouraged to get on your own path and do your own thing, and that you have the self-empowerment to do so. That could be one of your particular stories, tuning into your particular relative stories. This could be characteristics of yourself, and yourself is showing up here. It could be heeding a mother figure's advice that she may give you. It could be a choice to make. So listening to that. Or making a choice that shows you that you will be coming into self-empowerment. So just tune in to see how that particular fits you. And here we've got the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse. Now with this being in reverse here in this particular situation with you making a choice, you're going to have to decide. You either are having opportunities befalling you that you're missing out because you're not unable to receive them and you're not willing to look at them because you're so focused on it's got to go this way, and you don't want to do that. Now, I've been there, I've done that. It's got to go this way, and it just stayed stuck, and it just kind of like stayed in the loop, and it was not my happiest, and it was not thriving. And the question, stay or go, kept coming up, stay or go, stay or go. And it kept coming up because I knew I wasn't exactly happy. So you need to decide. If you're not happy, you know you're not happy. When you're questioning if you're happy, you're not happy. So that is one of the things you're going to have to let go of. You don't want to miss out on that. So you have to be willing to surrender to your higher self, which we're not doing in our present tense, and here it's guidance for that. So don't miss out on that, guys. You are on a new journey, one that is positive for you and that will work out for you. So you've got to just be open to receive the good that's coming in. And one of the things that's closing that door is the fear of the unknown. Don't let that stop you. That's that ego coming into play there. You're on the new journey, and on this new journey, you are being fully who you are, and there's no beating that with the star card. We love to see that. We want to be who we are. That's where you thrive, doing that which is in your heart, that's in an affinity with you, in an alignment, in an attunement with you, and that's what you want to be. And even sometimes when we're called that, we're used to something another way, and it's hard to let go of that. Then you do the Sea King showing up, and they probably were in a role that kind of empowered you in some way, or supported you in some way, and they're stepping out of that role, and they will remain your friend, but now that is helping you come more into your power. And that can be scary. That can be some of that fear of the unknown, and letting them let go of that role and you supplying that role for yourself. Now, this is indicative of you navigating through challenges with ease, and they could be reassuring you with that. But also, tune into your love story. If you are looking at a move of residence, this is like, okay, because this is what choice did you make. This looks good and positive for you. So if you are looking at a move of residence, that is definitely looking positive. And this is a choice to make too. They're letting you know you need to hold your ground on something with your values. So don't let anybody kind of bombard you with their values, any negative naysayers, family members, friends. Somebody you might care for as you make new decisions, they might try to talk you out of don't go into the new, stay at the old because of da-da-da-da. They're used to the old. They're either doing the same thing, hanging on to the old for survival and not permitting you to go into thrival. And it scares them with you going into a new direction. How are you going to fit in their life a certain way? So you don't want to do that. So hold your ground and be who you are. Definitely want to do that. So that's what those choices are representing there. Okay, so now we did the space reading with the Mystical Cat Tarot, and your theme card was based on the Messenger Oracle. So now we are going to clarify with the Tarot Familiar. And I do offer personal readings, so if you need a personal reading, you can find the links to that in the description box below. And if you by chance are finding this reading helpful, I would really appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up, because that helps me circulate my video out into the YouTube world and help others. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here with me. And if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate that, as that really benefits me too. I'm kind of new and I'm growing, and I'm trying to get my 100 subscribers. I'll just be flat out honest. So if you subscribe, it can help me do that, and I can get my personal YouTube URL. But follow your heart and do that which gives you joy. Okay, so let's clarify your theme. We've got the do not fear the unknown, and then the courage card, the strength card, offering and asking you to have courage, have faith, and trust. When we fear the unknown, that's obvious. And that also represents Leo, so tune into your particular story. And then you're embarking a new journey with the sea kitten, and that's good because when you see the sea, that we're looking at heart's desires, are that good. That is really good. And they're saying that new journey is going to lead you happily ever after with the Tennessee there. So you want to move in that direction. Then we had the Ace of Sea show up, so it looks like we got a little bit of work to do, perhaps in that fear, the unknown, and attachment to the old that we're used to with survival with ego, so you can move forward. And then you have a warning, I think, because you've done this in the past, and this is some of what we're needing to let go with the Sky Kitten in reverse here. We kind of did an egoic jump somewhere. Ooh. And we need to definitely not go in that direction. That's not going to behoove you. Okay, so High Priestess here. So you want to follow your intuition. They're inviting you to do that. So your intuition, deep down, you know what your heart desires are. You know what makes you happy, and it's the ego screaming, scary, don't know. So you want to heed your intuition. 3 of Swords. So you might want to watch out for this one. I want to say betraying yourself with that ego, with that. It's got to work this way. You're deceiving yourself here. It's not necessarily a deception card, but you're betraying yourself if you stick on that and don't move to the new. That was the feel I get for that. Tune into your particular reality. And the King of Swords, yeah. Now, he could be an oppressive manipulator. Yeah, so it's possible. I think you could betray yourself, but it is possible. Continue to the story that you might have this person in your life, and you need to watch out for them betraying you. Watch out for that one, guys. Now, they are saying you're going to come into a balance with coming into the happily ever after and following your heart's desires. So hang in there with that. Don't give up, guys. And then you've got the Knave of Swords. Yeah, they're talking about that. That kitten, that sky kitten in reverse, that you go jump again. Yep, they're reaffirming that. And that could be where you're with this manipulator who is betraying you. That could be that, or you're betraying yourself. Back to that as well. So you don't want to do that. You want to really follow your heart's desires, guys. Oh, we got the Lover's card. So that could be some betrayal there in that particular romance department. I haven't seen anything really romance-wise other than this popping up. This could be popping up to say, hey, Gemini, tune into your particular reality, your particular relative. Tune into your relative story. There we go. So that could be coming up with that. It could be business partner. When I say lovers, it's usually lovers. I don't really see... You do have financial situations going on. It could be business-wise. It could be job-wise. But I think more than anything, maybe lover-wise. Disharmony is definitely showing you a disharmony there. Something's not working out there. And then, yeah, and then we got some fighting going on here. So, yeah, that's where that betrayal is. If you're going to stick with whomever this is representing... You're looking at betrayal, you're looking at manipulator, oppressor, and then fighting with them. And you're done. You want to walk away from that. So it's not ideal to stay with these people, or whomever this represents. Not ideal to stay in that situation. Not at all. Yeah, because they're making your world feel completely upside down because it isn't right with the world. That is not your path, and that is not going to work. You're going to have to really let go of insisting on something here, guys. Got to let that go. And then you've got the Knight of Pentacles here, which this is family support. So we had that Empress card show up in your What Choice Should You Make? So that very well may be showing you that you have a very loving, nurturing mother character that you can turn to for help, because this is showing that, indicating here with the Knight of Pentacles coming up with family support. So that family support. So you might turn to them and heed to them for advice or even help to just move out of a particular situation that is not behooving you. Okay, so that is your theme. Well, I had one more too. Six of Cups. So we got nostalgic memories. That was our totally something I didn't see, guys. We got nostalgic memories that we're a little bit focused on here, but we're focused on the loss of them, and that might be if they were in that lover particular situation. You don't want to stay focused on that, because that's just going to bring you down. Those times have gone. You've got to let them go, and that shows me what you got to let go here. So yeah, that's definitely showing me that's all egoic. You need to let that go because it's not helping you guys. You can get into a better situation, but you've got to work through some stuff. So you need to do a little bit of egoic work. Evaluate your ego's feelings with the loss. Work through them. Work through the grief. Support yourself. Give yourself a hug. Get them, and that could be some of that mothering, nurturing, mothering yourself. You're going to need that. Don't stay focused on what has happened. Get an eye on that future because things are coming better. So we saw a little bit like maybe we needed to communicate. Maybe communication needed to be in your past with whomever this situation was. We're going to clarify that now. Or maybe some competition to hone some skills. So I don't know what's going on there. We also have the Priest card, better known as the Hierophant upright. That might be holding you down in paradigms and beliefs that are holding you back. That could be some of you in that story. Or it could be working well for you in some way, or was working well for you in some way. It just depends, because that card kind of plays two ways. And then there's some kind of failure that you got really focused on and missed out on opportunities that befell you because you're so worried and scared of failing. Don't fear the unknown there, guys. And then we moved into some kind of real severe apathy, not a temporary state. boredom, numbing out, something, not connecting there. And there's some type of fruits of labor to enjoy. I'm interested in it because I do need clarification to get more on that one. Okay, so your clarification, we've got 7 of Cups here in reverse. So yeah, you got a bubble that popped with your current reality. I don't think you saw this for what it really was. You're insisting it go a certain way. Your ego doesn't see this is not working out for you. Or you could be feeling really confused with what's going on too. And popping the bubble and kind of brings that about. And then you got the 8 of Fire here too. Now the 8 of Fire is upright here. So that's the universe supporting you with the new path. They're kind of funny how they clarify your past. They'll affirm some of your past sometimes, but they'll tell you new stuff too. And then you got the King of Pentacles who fell off his throne. So something you were working on in the past wasn't working out. And I think that's showing up in your theme card with the clarification. That theme card really did open up a lot with the clarification there. So I think that is showing you that was not meant to be. This is what you're insisting on working, guys. You gotta let that go. That's gotta go. Hierophant card is showing up again in the upright position. So again, it's either working for you and giving you some kind of support, or they're inviting you. You need to bust out of those restricting paradigms and beliefs, bust out of that belief that it's going to be a certain way, flip that puppy upside down and burst into spiritual freedom. And then you got the 3 of Wands, you know, saying, nope, you don't want to do this. They don't like this. This is not working out. So yeah, you got to change that. Universe is not supporting you. You got some preparation to do there. And then you got the 5 of Fire showing up, and we have that again, and that's upright. So you got that coming up there twice. So again, I don't know if you're honing in skills or if there's some communication needed. So you have to look at that and see how that's going for you. All right, so that is your past. Now let's look at your present. The fruits of your labor. Fruits of your labor could be going back to some structures that you built that did work for you, for those of you on that storyline, or the fruits of your labor in honing that skill. Clarifying that. So any of you on that storyline, because you each got your own individual stories going on here, and I have this too. Each of you in your own relative way, because you're each unique. Okay, so since this isn't a one-on-one reading. All right, so we're in our present. We are being shown here that we are determined to do something that's egoic and it's not working for you. And we're also dealing with a lack of abundance, and we're really staying focused on that. And because of our focus on that, we're perpetuating it. So we need to put the law of attraction on action here, guys, and see what you want and write it out that you have it that way, and spend some time each day feeling it that you have it the way you want it. And we're not following our higher self. You're definitely not following our higher self when we're insisting the ego gets its way. And you are being encouraged that you can navigate through challenges. You might want to get a little bit more of a logical perspective. And you may need to abandon this idea. Or now I understand you could be feeling left out of the cold because of that betrayer that showed up now in your theme card and the Lover's card showing up reverse. So I understand what that is. And so that's what you got to let go of too. Either let go and abandon this insisting that something worked that's not working, trying to force that square peg in the hole, or letting go of whomever has left you out in the cold with that betrayal. And then you got these little other figures showing up. You got the Sea Queen here. She's very nurturing, but also she's an invitation to heed your intuition. She could also be someone, because you have that family support, and you also showed up in your What Choice to Make the Empress card. So you might have a good mother figure you can turn to for assistance and help. Let's see if we can get this clarified. Okay. Gosh, guys, yeah, this reading is going deeper than it first presented itself with the clarification, because we got the 9 of Swords here, so your fears like came to the forefront here, things you didn't want to see. And then you got the 5 of Cups here. So that's, again, working with those failures. Now, in your past, you kind of missed out on opportunities. They're telling you now in your present, don't miss out on them now. Opportunities are going to befall you. There are more fish in the sea. Don't give up just because things failed in the past. Doesn't mean they're going to fail again. So you don't want to do that. All right, let me see if they got any more. I think that's all they want to say for your present tense. All right. Oh, there we go. We got some more. Okay. So, yep, they are definitely saying here that you're not on your heartline fate with the wheel flipping upside down here when you're sitting here and insisting on being on your ego path. That's not going to work for you. That's not what is your thrival. So, yeah, that's not working out. And you have being invited to come into your power. That could be one scenario. Or also this represents Aries, so it could be saying, hey, Aries, you know, it could be referring to you or whomever you're engaged in this situation. So we can definitely look at that too. And coming into your power, this ain't it. And not listening to your higher self, ain't it. Listen to me speaking in proper English. It's not it. Follow your higher self. Let go of that ego, consistent. The square peg is not fitting around home. Figure that one out, guys. Been there, I know what that's like. Okay, so now, what choice should you make? So we got the Empress card showing up. So we had family support show up over here too. So I don't know if you should be turning to a mother for help here. You've got the Pentacles card showing up here in reverse. So you have a decision to make. You need to surrender to your higher self there. Yeah, heed the higher self, guys. You do need to surrender with that one. And then you're on a new journey, and they're letting you know that's positive and being who you are, and that's in alignment with who you are. So you want to embrace that new journey. Don't fear the unknown. And then you have the Sea King in reverse showing somebody held a supporting role for you in some form or manner. And by them letting go of the role, you're going to come into your own power. And then with the Four of Fire here, you've got, like, you're navigating through challenges with these. They're either affirming that or letting you know if you're looking at a moving in the relationship, moving out of a relationship, or like moving out of a relationship, or a move of residence more usually. Go for it. That's looking positive. So if you've been regarding or thinking about a move, that is definitely popping that up. And then righteous defense, I can see that now with that betrayal, being who you are. Don't let them get you. Be who you are, hold your defense, hold your values. And then the clarification we're getting here now, we've got the Moon card in reverse. We need to heed our intuition, but we also need to work with some emotions. And we got that here with the Ace of Sea. We got to work through some grief. We got to reflect over those emotions so that we can move forward with greater ease. And then you got the Six of Pentacles here. So somebody can help you out. There's some charity here. So I don't know if you can get some help from somebody, maybe that mother figure with that family support. It will be beneficial to both of you, the giver and the receiver. I don't know if you're in a position to give and you're looking at that particular choice. It will benefit both the receiver and the giver. That will be symbiotic. All right, and let's see if we got any more to clarify on that. Okay, we do. All right, yeah, I got the Ace of, hold on, let's go backwards. Ace of Cups again showing up. We got to definitely work with that emotional grief, guys. So definitely want to do that. That's a new journey, and you can start that new journey and can be successful, but you first got to work with those emotions to get there. And then we got the Seven of Swords here in reverse, somebody deceiving you. So we got to work with the group, with it coming back to back. That's some of the emotions that you are working with is whomever deceived you. And we had that betrayer show up in the Lovers card over there, and the King of Swords, a manipulator, oppressive type. So that's what we need to work through and let go of that. And then you got the Star card being reaffirmed again, being who you are. You can never fail being who you are, following your own alignment, following your own heart's desires. What gives you joy and passion, you always want to go in that way. And then you got the Eight of Pentacles. So okay, being who you are. So now you may be looking at what are definitely your natural affinities. I just said that. Your natural skills. Maybe you're a master at that and you can teach others, or you can put us under somebody that can hone more of your skills. We saw that possibility. You might be on that storyline in your past with the Five of Earth here too. Five of Fire, my bad. So yeah, so honing some more of those skills. So that's possibly showing up too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, that is your clarification for your what choice to make. So let's turn now to get one more wrap up with an oracle deck, and this is the Angels and Ancestor Oracle. And see what final message you can get here. There we go. Okay, you got the lady. This is perfect. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. And so she really helps me out understanding this Empress, because she is like the Empress card. She's the loving mother type. The good news is she is about abundance in every area, financial abundance, as well as being in comrade with your counterpart too, and family too. So that looks really good. And now this really explains the fruits of your labor, because that is the fruits of the labor, because like she works with nature. So that is what this is about. So you are going through a growth period right now that is setting you up and preparing you for this beautiful success, for full abundance. And you're going through some trouble right now. What you've got to really do is let go of your ego's assistance. You really do. And you've got to just let go of your fear of the unknown. You've really got to trust spirit on this one, guys. This is why you're getting all these mother cards. This is what this is about. So I don't know if maybe you, in particular, you might even be a mother to be yourself, or you're wanting that family. That could be one of you. You got many different stories here. But this is showing you with the success of it all. You have it. You're just going to have to work those emotions and clear through what you've been through. But this is your biggest one, guys. Let this go. Surrender to your higher self. Remember, the biggest thing to remember here is you're on a new journey of your heart, and it is leading to your happily ever after. If you follow that journey, that's what you've got to do. You've got to follow that journey and be who you are. It's the same thing. New journey. It's successful. You got this one twice here. Be who you are. You've got this, guys. You've got this. You really do. Not the easiest of readings, but you're good. You're in a really good place. What a beautiful card to show up for you. I'm glad to see that. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that is your reading. So again, if you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me in return. And if you're new and want to subscribe, that helps me too, and I really appreciate you. Okay, so yes, and if you want to keep up with my readings that go at the beginning of the week, you can hit that bell notification, and then I have my Secrets musings that go out in the middle of the week. They teach you how to get in your joy and live in your joy. That's what I feel like we came here to do. And then we have the chakra clearing. Also, change is difficult, so I'll put up one of my musings here, my card to the musings, which is about change. It tells you why the ego really hangs on to change for dear survival, and also shows you how to make that change easier. So how to ease this fear of the unknown. That would be very beneficial and helpful towards you. And then I forgot to mention the chakra clearing goes out that first week of the month. Okay, guys. So that is your reading. I hope you found it helpful. And until next time, much love and much light. Welcome if you chose the Wolf Totem for this week's Pick a Card. What choice should I make for 23 through 29 August 2020? And your theme card is Seek the Lesson. Interesting. For what choice should I make? So, seek the lesson. Usually my ego is squirming when it's about seek the lesson. I've been in some kind of negative situation that I don't like, and I need to move forward, and I need to let it go, the pain and the grumbling about it, and seek the lesson. So seek the lesson, be thankful for it, and move forward. Let me see what your cards have to say. Okay. Is it any more? And then I will read the cards. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so it looks like we are dealing with some kind of abundance issues, perhaps financial, and you're perpetuating them because you're staying focused on how it is right now. So like I said, look, grumbling. So exactly like I said. So we've got to let go of that old story because what's happening for you right now is based on your past thoughts. So if you don't like what's going on, seek the lessons of what your past thoughts have created for you. Learn what new thoughts to focus on to create a new future that you do like. So that's where you get the good old law of attraction into action. Write down how you want things, that you are abundant, whether it's finances or whatever your abundance is that you're seeking. And keep in mind, I do have this tuned to many of you in your different realities as we go through this. I like to always remind you that. And you want to write it down as if you have it now and go through it and read the list and how would you feel and how would you respond to it if you had this now. And spend time with it each day feeling as if you have it, because that's what creates it, brings it into your reality. So it looks like you're either navigating through these challenges with ease, or they are assuring you that you can navigate through them with ease. That's one scenario. Or it's possible you are looking at a move of residence, and if so, that is looking positive. They are inviting you to have courage, and it's a little bit difficult for you to begin because you're staying so focused on the story as it is and this lack of abundance, which is also making you feel out of balance. But they are calling you to have that courage and trust. The universe has got you, and they'll take care of you, and you have all that abundance within, and you can pull it out. You just got to change that focus again, put that law of attraction into action. And also this represents Leo. So this could be tossed in there for some of you in your particular story. Hey Leo, whether that be you or with whomever you might be involved with whom in the situations as your cards unfold. Okay, so now what we're going to look at is your first row is the past that is affecting your current present, which would be the second row, and then your final row will be what choice should you make. What would be choices would be in your highest good and highest alignment to make. Okay, so we're looking at your past now. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to pull up all your cards here, and then I will start reading them. Let's see if you get any more. Okay, a little sneaky one, but there you go. All right. Okay, so you manifested something good that you liked. Well, the Magician card should appear upright. But that somehow led to your fears coming into your reality, your relative experience. I'm really sorry for that. And some of this negativity that you experienced, that you disliked, perhaps is a disharmony with a romantic partner, maybe a business partner. When I see cups, I think more of the romantic partner. Maybe a breakup, something that you disliked, something that didn't work out. You have the mother figure here with the Empress here. So she's very nurturing and loving and caring and instills self-empowerment with her children. So I don't know how this plays with you. We'll see maybe as more cards come in. Could be in disharmony with the mother. Maybe you're a male aspect and you're in disharmony with the mother figure in your life with the child involved, as in the child's mother to your child. It could be something like that, which is bringing your relative reality. Yeah, so, I mean, that's possible. So you got to tune into your particular relative story. You were invited to have faith, but it was difficult for you to do so because, again, you're staying focused, just like the situation here. Staying focused on how things are and manage to perpetuate that. And this could be totally tossed in there to say, hey, Sagittarius, because this represents Sagittarius. Looks like you did. This will go one or two ways. Well, three. This is this guy queen, and she's really good at seeing things from a neutral, logical perspective when she's upright. But she's not upright. She's either too emotionally attached to a scenario and a situation that's causing her more harm than good, or she could be getting really cold, like a cold mother figure, or it could have been an invite to let go of that emotional attachment, and I don't know if you were able to do so. So maybe you failed to do so. So you could go one of those three ways. So you'll have to tune into your particular relative story. Okay, so that is your past. Now let's look at what's going on in your present situation. Okay, again, I will pull up your cards and then start reading them for you. Okay. All right, so something has either ended with the death card showing up, or you're being asked to let go of like this emotional attachment or whatever. This could possibly be definitely the perpetuation. You definitely want to let that go. So it could be that either let go or something has come to an end. And this is the death card, and it represents Scorpio, so that could be tossed in there for some of you. You are in a line vibe tribe somewhere, in alignment with someone, somewhere, somehow. You may feel like you have fallen off your throne, something that you were building, and I can definitely see that here with the lack of abundance here. It didn't work out, that didn't pan out. And yeah, there's focus. This is a wish card, but it's upside down, which means your wishes aren't coming true. But when it's reversed, it's saying you're staying focused on what is, that you don't have what you want, and you're perpetuating that because you're staying focused on it. Just like this card was saying with the abundance, the lack of abundance, we're just staying so focused on it being reversed. Lover situation again here, guys. That showed up in your past, so something may not be working out with a lover, a disharmony there. It may have been a breakup, I'm not sure. You are prepared for something new. You're ready to go with that. The universe is supporting you. And perhaps you're spending some time with loved ones, which is building and bonding your relationship. You could be celebrating something with loved ones. I don't know, some coming together of loved ones there. And then you are being called on a spiritual calling, and you are actually heeding that with that being upright. So that is looking good. And it looks like some kind of legacy that you were building is not working out for you in some fashion or form. And maybe that goes back to this lover with this disharmony, or definitely the legacy of what's befallen you now, like with your abundance and stuff, and your dreams not coming true, we're staying so focused on it, and that will mess up you building that legacy. Okay, so that is your present situation that you're looking at. So now let's look at what choice should you make that is in your highest alignment and good. Okay, and again, I will definitely, I'll pull up all your cards and then read them. Oh, they went to town on you. Lots of cards. Oh, goodness. Okay. You got so many, I'm just going to have to keep them scrunched up. Okay, so one of your choices that they are telling you to do is to rein in your ego. And that's that ego's focus on stuff that's perpetuating things. And if you're not letting go, and if you're being really emotionally attached, you're going to need to let that go. Rein in that ego gets really attached to survival. So you definitely need to do that. You've got to pull in that ego where the ego is not working for you. Also, this represents Cancer, so I don't know if this may be saying, hey, Cancer, or with whomever you're engaged in your situation. You're on some type of journey of type that is not going to work out for you, and this is staying focused on stuff that is not working out for you. So they're telling you need to flip this upside down. If you're seeing something that's not working for you, you're not building that legacy, you need to let it go. And one of that is that focusing and perpetuating things with your wish card, as well as this lack of abundance. And I don't know if it's something with the romance partner or not, since this is showing up with the Lovers. And also this represents Gemini. I forgot to catch that earlier, I believe. As well as you have that Two of Cups here showing up in your past, disharmony or possibly a breakup, since it's like really your fears really came into your reality, your painful, scary fears. So, and then, embarking a new journey that is not working for you is confusion. So, but they are letting you know whatever your ego cannot let go of, your guides will come in and knock it out for you. People don't like to see the Tower card. It's the ego that hates the Tower card, because that means change, and usually that means big change, and we don't like it. Ego hates change. But it's necessary to get you on your path of your heart's desires that will be successful. Now that's the Ace of C, so that is good. So that will actually work out for you. You just got to embrace. Seek the lesson of the old. If you got this lover thing going on, you might be blaming them and being upset with them. Seek the lesson, let go, and move into what's new. And or this abundance situation too, there may be a situation you need to be letting go of that. Yeah, we got some cutthroat competition here, so I don't know if you're competing with anyone, perhaps that Lover's card, if it's a partner, business partner, or lover. I'm thinking more of a lover here with the way the cards are coming up. You want to let that go too, guys. You want to heal that. Yeah, and you have a choice to make. And you're thinking about this, and so you want to choose that which is in alignment with you and with who you are. That's going to follow this spiritual calling that you're on. That's what you want to follow. It's going to feel like joy. It's going to feel like bliss. It's definitely in alignment with you. And that choice is going to be something that stirs within you a passionate desire, because here we've got the Queen of Fire. She's following her passion, and she's successful when she's on her passion. So whatever excites you and ignites you, that's what you want to follow. And when you do that, you're going to start something long-term, and it is going to bring in your success. It won't happen overnight, but you're going to build towards it, and you will attain your harvest. It will come in there. So that is looking good. So we got some clearing of some all to do. Letting go of some focus on how the story is right now. Seek the lesson, be grateful for the lesson, and move forward. So it's kind of coming back with that perpetuation. Sort of perpetuating it with both these cards here. Okay, so that is your base reading, which was done with the Mystical Cat Tarot, and your theme card was done with the Messenger Oracle. So now we will clarify with the Tarot Familiar. And if you need a personal reading, I do offer those, and you will find those links in the description section. And if you're finding this reading helpful in any way, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me back in return, to helps me circulate my videos out to reach others and help them. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And if you would like to subscribe, that would also help me, as I'm kind of new and I'm working towards getting my 100 subscribers so that I can get my personal YouTube URL. So that would really help me. But follow your heart, do that which makes you happy. Okay, so our theme card, Seek the Lesson. And we've got to get our focus off this lack of abundance, as we're really staying perpetuating that, as we're staying so focused on that. So we've got to do that as well. And then we're being invited to have courage, and we're struggling with that a little bit with the current situation. But they are affirming you that you can navigate through these challenges with ease. Even though you're feeling a little bit out of sorts and off balance, that's understandable. And or, again, tune into your relative story. You could be looking at a move of residence and that's looking good. It's positive, no delays there. And also with the Strength card, that represents Leo. Alright, so let's get your clarification here. So here we got the Queen of Pentacles, and she's reversed. So she's not feeling her stuff. She's got her stuff together. Her business, her family, her partnership. She's not feeling that she's got it together. And that's going back to that feeling out of balance. So that is definitely showing up with the current scenario. It does look like you are following your higher self. You're here listening to this reading. That's a big indication right there. And you're on this spiritual calling currently, and you are heeding it with being upright. That is following your higher self. And that will definitely lead to your harvest coming in of what will work with you, with your passion and desires. So that will definitely work. So I can see what that's working for you. You got the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse. So you aren't enjoying the fruits of the labor of your past scenarios. So that was not working out. Obviously so, because we're lacking some abundance here and we're feeling out of balance. And we see that our nightmares came in, and we got some kind of issue going on. I think more than likely a lovers or partner. Some kind of partnership of some type, but it looks more like the lovers, as in the lovers. And also with the Two of Cups in reverse. And you got to let this stuff go. We have to let go of what we were trying to build in the past that wasn't working, and move in a direction of something that will work for you. And one is by changing that focus. Write down what you want and how do you feel as if you have it now, and you write it down as if you have it now, and spend some time each day and focus on it. Secret the Magic, really recommend that one. That's a great one for that. Her name's Rhonda Byrne. She's the author. She gives you little exercises you do daily, and is really beneficial and helpful for you. Okay, so that's clarifying your theme. Now we want to clarify your past. And you had the Magician card where you created something in your life that you liked, but it looks like it led to the stuff you didn't want in your relative reality, your fears, what you really feared. And then the card following it was the Two of Sea in reverse. So like a disharmony with a romance partner there, I think. And then you had the Empress card there showing up as a mothering figure. She goes into self-empowerment and nurtures her children. So don't know what you got going on there. And then you were invited to have faith and courage that everything is working out for you. But you were staying, again, focused on the way things were. So that perpetuated things. And here with the Sky Queen, you either got, we did get more. You got a couple of scenarios here. You either got too emotionally attached with something with the ego and couldn't step out and observe things logically, or were looking at getting too cold-hearted, like a cold mother figure, or not a cold mother figure, getting too cold-hearted, because the Sky Queen, when she's upright, she can step out of her emotions and make clear, logical, neutral decisions. But being in reverse, she could step out of her heart to such a degree that she's cold and uncaring. So you may have also bumped into someone like that too. So you got to tune into your reality. And then we've got here with our clarification, indication that we were out of our power. Are you dealing with somebody tyrannical, with the Emperor here being oppressive? being in reverse. So you're going to tune into your particular story here again. And also this represents Aries. So you have to see how that one fits you. And then you've got the Temperance card in reverse. Again, the same thing. Exact same card and exact same formation too. Perpetuating something, not having faith and just perpetuating. You need to let that go. And you got that Death card again. And you have that in your current situation. Got to let it go. And it looks like there's some grief that you got to work through. And that's probably some of these nightmarish things that came into your reality here with this Lover or something along those lines. And again, this represents Scorpio. Somehow along the line, somewhere in the past, or they're kind of funny how they affirm the past. They'll actually affirm the past or start giving you advice on what you need to do now. And definitely you need to be who you are. And also this indicates working together with someone in alignment, working together, like with different personalities, attaining a common goal. So I don't know if they're saying be who you are so you can do that and work with personalities that will work together, or if this did occur in your past, you're getting able to tune into your particular relative reality on that one. Okay, so now let's clarify your present. So we've got the Death card again. So something has come to an end, and we might be working through some grief on that. And or there's things you need to let go of, like those focuses on your current circumstances, like the lack of abundance, whether that be finances or whatever your situation could be, lack of abundance in a healthy romantic relationship, since we got the Lover's card in reverse also showing up in a current situation, and as well as with that Two of City from your past there. Okay, I don't think any dropped. No. Alright. So then we also have the King of Thrones. Something fell, something you're building was not working. And of course that lack of abundance is showing up, that didn't work either, and you're feeling out of balance too. And then your wish cards are not coming true. What you want is not coming true as you stay focused on that. So remember, your current situation is based upon past thoughts. You can change things to be what they want based upon your current thoughts. Change those current thoughts to the positive. And then we got the Lover's card in reverse. So we got some disharmony, something not working out with a lover, perhaps. And then also represents Gemini. But you are prepared for a new thing. You're ready to go with that. And you're spending quality times with loved ones and or friends. And that is working well, that bonds relationships, and you are hitting a spiritual call, and that's great. But some of the stuff of what you're doing where you can't let go, it's tearing down your legacy there that you were hoping to build. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Yep, that's showing up in reverse. So we do want to surrender to our higher self and not miss out on opportunities befalling us based on what's happening to us in the past. You do want to surrender to your higher self for that. And then you got the Knave of Wands. They're saying, again, this is like the 3 here. They're saying you are prepared for a new journey and you're ready to go. You might have a little fear of getting burnt, but you're ready for a new journey. So that is good. And then you feel like right now your world is upside down, how things are, and things aren't right with your world. But you can make them right. Just stay on this path of following your spiritual calling and heeding your higher self. Stay on that path, and that will lead you, because they said your harvest is coming in, and if you just keep following that passionate desire that is within you, you want to continue to follow that. So that will work. Yes, Ace of Wands, a passion, a journey, a passion, something that ignites you, and that's your thriving path. That's where you want to go, and they're showing you success there too. So that's looking good. All right, so now let's clarify your past. What choice should you make? We're going to clarify that. These are choices to make in your highest alignment. So one, they're telling you with the Chariot in reverse, we want to rein in that ego. Some of these egoic choices that we made in the past are not working, or any egoic choices you might befall you. You want to rein that in. Don't let the ego's fears mess you up, especially staying focused on things that you don't like. And that also represents Cancer. And then also you've got the Cat card, the Fool in reverse, indicating a journey that won't be successful if we don't rein in that ego. So they're really telling you that. And your bubbles being popped, or it's going to be popped if you don't rein in that ego, or we're going to stay in some confusion. But your guides are coming in to knock out whatever the ego cannot let go of. That is happening. That's actually good news. So you can embark that journey of the heart's desire that will be successful. And if there's any cut-through competition you're dealing with anybody, that's showing up. We want to get out of that. And you have a choice to make. And following that, choose that which is your passions, because we've got the Queen of Fire showing up here, and that will lead you to attaining your harvest, you one that is successful and one that will work for you. It will take a little time, you got to build it, but it will come. And so your clarification here, Tower card again, your guides will come in and knock out whatever your ego's hanging on to. So that's actually good news. If your ego F's up, you're covered. You're going to like it, but you're covered. The Seven of Wands again. This one is okay. Yeah, that's not fun. That's more fighting. Okay, so we want to let go of this fight. Maybe that's what they're going to knock out, is this fighting, that cutthroat competition too. Perhaps that is it. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a lack of family support somewhere. That might go back to this lover who may be, like, you may be living with them. And I don't know if that's some of what you're knocking out or with whom you're fighting with. I don't know. Or maybe your family is not supporting or change your reality with whom you're fighting with. Maybe they're not supporting them being in your life, or not supporting the situation going on between the two of you. And then you've got the Eight of Cups here, and that is upright. So with the Eight of Cups, that is again is following that spiritual calling, and that spiritual calling again is following your heart's desires, and that again will lead you to your success, and your harvest will come in. So that's what you really want to hang on. Don't let that go. Okay, so we want to wrap this up with one more message from the ancestors and angel. These are challenging for me. My hands are just a smidgen too big for me. Smidgen too little for these. There we go. There we go. Direction Guardian, choose your path. This one is so fitting, because this one is the one that tells you to choose your path, that gets you excited, that you're fired up by, that you're passionate, and it is telling you that you have a choice to make. And this is exactly what happened in What Choice Should I Make? This card showed up. The Two of Fire here, saying you have a choice to make. And the one that followed it, the Queen of Fire. And what did I tell you? You have a choice to make, and the best choice that you can make is to follow that which is you're passionate about, that you're fired up about. And that is what's going to lead you, because that was your next card, to your harvest coming in. One that is in alignment with you, that is success. And they're just totally wrapping that up and totally reaffirming that with the Direction Guardian. What a beautiful card. So guys, your future is, stay on this path of heeding your spiritual calling, which always is following your passion desires. That's your choice. That is definitely your choice. That is your choice to make. So seek your lesson of what's been going on. Look at your choices. Feel which one feels exciting to you, that ignites you, where you feel life and vitality and thriving. That's the one to make, and you can't go wrong with that. Okay, guys, so that is your reading. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, again, if you could give me a thumbs up, I appreciate it. And if you'd love to subscribe, that'd be helpful for me. I'd really appreciate that too. And if you want to hit the bell notifications so you can catch my readings at the beginning of the week. And then I do the Secret Musing series in the middle of the week, where I teach you how to get new joy. Let me enjoy, because that's my goal here. I believe this is what we came here to do, and that's what my passion is, helping people live in their joy. And then I do a chakra clearing at the first of the month. So, until next time, much love and much light.